Evolving your business strategies for successful exits. This is the second video of a BSP Advisory Group presentation that delves into understanding the various exit options a business owner may consider. Presented by Philip Wicks, Certified Business Advisor and Director of BSP Advisory Group. Part 2, Short-Term Exit.
Hi, and welcome back to this series of creating options around your exit planning for your business. In today's video, we're discussing how to exit your business in a short time frame and how to increase its value in the process. Now, whether you want to retire or to move to a new venture, it's important to maximize the value of your business before you exit. So here are a few strategies to help you increase your business value quickly. So strategies to help increase your business value if you're looking at a short-term exit. So firstly, streamline operations, optimize your processes for efficiencies which can attract potential buyers and boost your business worth. Boost your financials, focus on increasing profits and cash flow, as these are key metrics that buyers often look for. You want to be strengthening your customer relationships. Retaining loyal customers is essential for maintaining business value. Develop a strong management team. Having a capable team in place can make your business more attractive to buyers. This leadership in general and people in general are so important when you're looking at ways to increase your business value. People want to buy a business where they know that they can go in and there's some good people in place already. So by focusing on these strategies, you can exit your business on a high note. So before we go on to the next video, I'm going to give you an actual example of a business that I've worked with and a business that was wanting a short-term exit plan and how we made that business more valuable within 1 year, significantly more valuable within 1 year. So have a look at this. So let's look at a shorter term exit plan, a 1 to 2 year exit plan, using a real example of a business, a client that's in the automobile industry. And if we look at the first 2 years previous to working with this client, you will see that in general the staffing situation was in both years as owner-operator, working in the business, an admin person and one technician. And financial performance over those 2 years was pretty similar, around the sort of 650 to 670 turnover, net profit around the 13 to 14%. Now, after using the BSP program, going through a year, the following financial year, the business grew substantially. So the financial performance, the revenue went from 650 to 902,000. Profit went from 92,000 to 301,000. So that was a net profit gain from 14% to 33%. So a significant increase in performance. Staff increased slightly. So there was obviously the owner working in the business again, but with reduced hours and more of a strategic focus, spending a little bit less time in the operational. And that could happen because the business also employed an operations manager and still had a technician and one admin. And despite the increase in net profit, the business also managed to increase all the salaries of everybody as well. So that was a very good result within the space of basically 1 year. So what are the sort of the fundamental things that help that happen? Well, if we look at the sort of I guess the foundations behind it, and I'll call this the BSP synergistic success, and it's around a combination of a number of things that work together to bring a lot of synergy to the business very, very quickly. First of all, you have the business owner's own experience and knowledge, which is vital. The key difference is that when you put the business owner into a creative environment, when they're not just focused on what's happening day to day, there's a lot of good ideas will actually come from the business itself. Now you combine that with the advisor experience and business experience and knowledge. And virtually all BSP advisors are certified business advisors, and many of them, and most of them have got a lot of experience with small businesses, and previous to that, a lot of experience in general through their careers. So you combine that knowledge together and you get a lot of synergy straight off. But then you support that with a proven system to guide the process. And in this case, it was the BSP program and Exit Navigator program. That even adds to that synergy, because now you've got a proven system to work with. And then that is all supported by fantastic tools and resources and methods for recording, processing, KPIs and everything else. So that's sort of the foundation. This is where synergy can be very, very powerful and could create great results in a relatively short time frame. So let's look at some of these things in more detail. So if we look at the changes that were made, and if we just go through these relatively quickly, I won't go into detail on every one, but we increased the workshop efficiency, reviewed improved pricing model, reduction of unnecessary costs, improved staff efficiency. The owner was more sales focused and less operational. That was really, really important, getting the owner to think a little bit more strategically. We could do that because we employed a operations manager, and as a result, we managed to increase sales. So now we're in a situation where sales had increased. We're probably charging a little bit more for those sales, and we'd reduced costs as well. So there's synergy also in some of those changes and how they all work off each other. Streamlined admin process. We automated a lot of the process and modernized a lot of the other processes, and we also documented everything because that actually adds value. So the plan and tools used, we initially did a full business analysis and report using the Mouse CNA tool. I'll talk about Mouse in a minute. And then for the first sort of 6 to 8 weeks, we got stuck into what we call the BSP Success Program, which is a highly proven program of initially getting a vision created for the business. Where is the business going? Creation of a strategy, how do we get there? And then 20 to 30 key objectives that we can then go on to create or develop an implementation plan, and also create key performance indicators for the business, or targets and goals for the business. And then we do all of that within the space of about 6 weeks. So it happens pretty quickly. And then we get on to the creation of tasks and timelines. So breaking these key objectives into tasks and putting timelines on them, so we make sure that we're not just setting goals, we're making the business accountable to achieving those goals. And we do that by having monthly reviews on where we've been, and also strategic meetings around where we're going, and where necessary setting new objectives. So the first big focus is really around that business improvement, getting the business operating as efficiently as possible. Then later on, we put a little bit of attention to some of the exit things around, how attractive is the business, how ready is the business to be sold, how ready are the owners personally, and how ready are they financially to sell the business. What is the value gap? What is the difference between what they expect the business to be worth and what the business is actually worth? And also, how does that work into their own wealth gap, in regards to what they actually need to maybe retire on, if that's what they want to do, or whatever else they're wanting to move on to. Now, we do all this through a program called Value Max, which is part of the Mouse package, Mouse planning software. Now, we work with Mouse very, very closely. This is the software that we use. In my opinion, it provides advisors and clients the best SME strategic and planning software tool in the industry. It's very, very good. And it's constantly evolving, which is great. They're a great company to work with. And yeah, they're a big part of the resource toolkit that we have. So yeah, we've talked about the financial performance, but obviously it was probably more than the owners sort of dreamed of. 227% increase in profit. So so what does this all mean? Well, the third year profit increase makes the business significantly more valuable, because a potential buyer or even if you're doing a proper business valuation, they're generally going to be looking at least the last 3 years. So having 1 year with such an increase does create more value for the business. The business was not as dependent on the business owner. Again, that can also be attractive for a potential purchaser. And there were improvements in all the processes and documentation to make the business more attractive from an ease of transition perspective. So having everything documented and very easy to sort of show a potential purchaser, this is how you do things, etc., is really important. So yes, so that's an example of a short-term exit plan for a business.
Thanks for joining us in this second video focused on exiting in a short time frame and ways you can increase business value. In the next video we will look at longer-term succession planning. BSP Advisory Group. Transform your business, transform your life.